Thanks. My name is Teal Pierce, that's my real name. I didn't change it for show business or anything. Let's get to know each other, shall we? I'm autistic, which means I'm smarter than you. I love being autistic. I can read everything except a room. The only real downside is people expect things from me because I'm autistic. Like somebody wanted me to count cards for them. I kept coming up with 52. I used to take things very literally. I've since learned to metaphorically shoplift. Just joking, Steve's hot dogs. I would never shoplift because they weigh too much. I wouldn't break the law in general because then I'd have to buy it. You know how much the law costs? It's gotta be at least $100. I don't have that kind of scratch to dig. Low on bread, Jack. Yeah, I took a lot of things literally. I took songs literally. Like when Elton John sang, "Can you feel the love tonight?" I'm like, I don't know, Sir Elton. Can I? I believe the question you should be asking me is, may I feel the love tonight? While we're on the subject of music, I love that Hall & Oates, the band Hall & Oates. They insist on being billed as Daryl Hall and John Oates. Like, you can't just call them Hall & Oates, as if someone's going to get confused as to which Hall & Oates are singing about a rich girl, right? It's like, Dave, you hear that new banger from Hall & Oates? And Dave goes, Anthony Michael Hall and Joyce Carol Oates are a rock duo? Cue up Spotify. I was an antisocial kid. I had an imaginary acquaintance. I mentioned taking things literally. That's true. That was true at all stages of my life, especially when I played board games. A friend of mine cheated at Risk, so I prosecuted him for war crimes. I did make time for fun though. I would watch the clouds, see what form they take. Once I saw a cloud shaped like my dad, which meant only one thing. I had to kill my uncle to regain control of Pride Rock. You're all familiar with Shakespeare. Good. The rest of this set's gonna go great. I had some extracurricular activities. I was an Eagle Scout. I quit though. I was an Eagle Scout. I quit though because I couldn't find one Eagle that could play baseball. America's animal. Yeah, right. I hate to cut corners. especially from the football team. Interesting, I ended up in a managerial position because I was terrible in sports growing up. They tried everything too. Like, I'm a tall guy, so they figured, great, he could play basketball. Nuh-uh. Your hypothesis isn't valid. I was bad at the game, sure, but it was my use of language that really got me in trouble. I'd say things during games like, pardon for the intrusion, but if by sheer happenstance you manage to find it in your possession, relinquish the rubberized dot sphere at your earliest convenience. Then I get ejected for being too verbose near the free throw line. I don't think that's a rule. They made that up. Yeah, I was terrible at sports. I was so bad. How bad was I? Glad you asked. I was so bad that when I graduated, they retired my doctor's note. Retired my doctor's note. Hey-oh! Sorry about that. I took a personality test recently. I got an incomplete. I'm single, ladies. But I'm single because I'm asexual. So really, ladies makes no sense. I should really say I'm single, nobody. Be more accurate. Yeah, I'm autistic and asexual. I'm on two different spectrums. Well, 3 if you count charter. And I do. What's it like being asexual? Good question, Steve's Hot Dogs. Honestly, it's a lot like a new credit card. No interest for 12 months. When did you know you were asexual? Another good question, Steve's Hot Dogs. You are killing it with the Q&A portion of my set. Honestly, I think I always knew there were signs. Valentine's Day, other kids sent cards. I sent IOUs. It was worse when I was a teenager. God. I'd try to watch the pornography. My only thought was, okay, so they're not eating the pizza. So waste is what this is. This isn't turning me on. This is pissing me off. Other dudes got all mad. They're like, shut the fuck up, Teal. It's supposed to be hot. I'm like, so is the pizza. I meant to take things literally earlier, and it's really true. Like, it was bad. Like, the bane of my childhood existence was, you ever see that painting of dogs playing poker? Fucking hate that thing. I hate it so much. Oh, sure, laugh. Just like everybody else. Having a great time watching dogs play poker. Meanwhile, my cold Vulcan logic having ass was just poking all kinds of holes in the narrative. It was a scene. The teacher's like, Tito, look, dogs playing poker. Isn't that funny? I'm just short-circuiting. Like, what? Where did they get gambling money? Where'd they get gambling money? Where'd they get any money? Whose table is that? Whose chairs are those? Whose basement is that? Whose house is that? How are they sitting like people? How are they holding cards? How are they telling poker chips apart? Who poured those drinks? Who lit those cigars? Are dogs colorblind? They do this every week as a regular thing, but they meet every Monday at 7 o'clock, which for us would be 1 o'clock. What is going on? These are the questions that need to be asked. They're also the questions that got to be banned from the art museum. I try not to be as literal anymore, though. Sometimes it creeps in. Like if I'm in the cereal aisle at the grocery store, I lose my shit if the Count Chocula was next to the Raisin Bran. Probably thinking, Teal, what's the big deal? It's cereal. Apparently you aren't familiar with the fact that the mascot for Raisin Bran is the fuck off sun. And I don't know if any of you are also students of the dark arts, but vampires hate the sun. Like, and vice versa. I feel like that sun will kill Count Chocula and have a dumbass smile on his face because of it. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Teal, what if Count Chocula's a daywalker? To which I say, no, incorrect. Because I don't know if you are familiar with Count Chocula, but he is supposed to be Dracula. And Dracula famously dies near sunlight. I feel like that's I don't know, I guess that's my own problem. But I know you look at me up here and think, wow, this guy's a badass. But really, I've only been in one fight in high school. I'm autistic, so naturally, the fight was over trivia. For another autistic guy, if you've never seen us fight, you gotta check it out. Because our trash talk gets specific. At one point, the dude was like, hey, Pierce, my speech therapist could beat up your speech therapist. I'm like, oh yeah, asshole, look me in the forehead and say that, you know? The nerve of this guy, you know? I did mention speech therapy. That's why I talk so slowly, is because I have a stutter. As bad as my stutter can be, it used to be worse. Think Porky Pig from the Looney Tunes cartoons, but with some differences, like, you know, pants. That's how I described myself back then, Porky Pig with pants, and without the raw sexual charisma. I got help from my stutter eventually. I went to SSA, Stutterers Anonymous. Well, our slogan is, if we said it once, then our work is done. I'll do this and get out of here. I bet you, I'm trying to be more social and everything. It's really an issue. I could explain how I am at a party, but really, it can be best described using a parody of Wonderwall by Oasis. So anyway, here's Wonderwall. Today's gonna be the day when I'm finally gonna talk to you. By now I should be used to it, but it's never easy to do. I don't believe that anybody needs to go through what I do now. It's true, the social cues are difficult for me to detect. What's more, the unstoppable force is stronger than the immovable object. I don't believe that anybody can respond to what I said now. And all the noises in the bar deafening. And all the overload I have is sensory. There are so many things I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. But maybe my icebreakers will save me. But until I've had one off, I'll stare at the wall. Today's was gonna be the day, but I'm never gonna talk to you. Instead, I put AirPods in my head, sitting in my seat still. I don't believe that anybody can be listening to what I know. And all the songs are keeping me in stasis. And all of them are bangers on this playlist. There are so many songs I'd like to sing to you, boy, do I know how. But maybe, I'm kinda considering staying. But so if you need me, come. I'll stare at the wall. This painting, whoever did it is praising. Whoever did it. Anyway, thanks a lot.